What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chuds BBQ. My name is Bradley Robinson, and today I'm going to show you how I made this. Beautiful, delicious, beefy, cheesy, gigantic, amazing, scratch-made Big Mac. Coming up. This is some meat. Pat it dry. And what I got here is a beautiful chuck roast. Picked this up at my local grocery store. Love using chuck for making burgers, especially one like this where it's got a lot of fat and some great intermuscular fat, so it should work out just fine. And to be honest with you, I just kind of want to cut this eye out and just cook it like a big thick steak. But alas, it'll just make for some better burgers. So now I'm going to go through and cut this up to some nice small pieces. And as always, you can use whatever cuts of meat you have. You could also go through here and pull out any weird pieces of sinew if you got a pretty ugly piece of meat, but this one's looking really nice. So I'm just gonna go ahead and chunk this up so it fits in the meat grinder a little bit easier. And just like that, all cubed up. So now I'm gonna pop this into the freezer for about 30-40 minutes to get nice and cold to ensure we get a really nice clean grind. This video is brought to you by Helix Sleep. Their President's Day sale is running now, and it's a great time to update your mattress. You can get 25% off your purchase, plus a free bedroom bundle for a limited time. You can check the website for more details. And if you're unfamiliar with Helix Sleep, they make premium quality mattresses and bedding, customized to fit your needs, shipped right to your door. And I gotta tell you, I've had my Helix mattress for about 3 years at this point, and I've never been happier. It's incredibly comfortable, it's shown no signs of wear and tear over the years, and it's still just as comfy as the day I bought it. I've also got a few down at the Chud shop, and right now during the Leroy and Lewis brick and mortar opening, I've got people from all over the country staying at the Chud shop with me. We got Joe Yim from Knox Ave Barbecue, we got Gabe from Ricewood Barbecue up in Ann Arbor, we got Matt Jins from Old Style Barbecue up in Canada, and unprompted, each one of them have come up to me and said how comfortable the mattress is. And how Helix works is you go to their website and you take their online sleep quiz where you answer questions about your height, your weight, sleeping preferences, and all sorts of things, and then they match you with the perfect mattress based on your sleep preferences. You can also take it with your partner to make sure that you're both very happy with the mattress, and that's what I did. And because I'm a back sleeper and Brooke's a side sleeper, we were matched with the Helix Sleep Dusk Luxe, which is a very good looking, extremely comfortable bed. We also opted to get the Glacio cooling top, which keeps us nice and cool on these hot Texas summer nights. But probably the most convenient part about Helix is that the mattresses ship right to your door in a very reasonably sized box. They vacuum seal it up and suck all the air out, roll it up, which makes it incredibly easy to get through doorways. I'm not sure if you've ever tried to buy a king-size mattress, strap it to the roof of your car, bring it up a flight of stairs while keeping it clean, but it's a pain. But Helix makes it super easy. Just pop the plastic and watch it reinflate to full size in just a matter of seconds. And unlike a lot of other mattresses, Helix mattresses do not contain any fiberglass, which can be harmful to your health. And if you're nervous about buying a bed you haven't tested out yet, Helix has a 100-night sleep trial, so you get more than 3 months to make sure you love it. Each mattress also comes with a 10-year warranty, and flexible payment plans are available. So if you're in the market for the best bed of your life, head to helixsleep.com, or using my link you can save 25% off your purchase plus the free bedroom bundle. Again, for a limited time, the Promote President's Day sale is happening where you can save 25% off your mattress using my link in the description plus the free bedroom bundle. Thank you, Helix Sleep. Next up, let's make some buns. Starting by going into our mixer here with some milk, and I've also got 2 eggs and 1 egg yolk in there, followed by our yeast, and give that a little mix to break up the eggs. Next up, sugar, some all-purpose flour, salt, and some dough conditioner. That's just gonna give us a really nice soft loaf. And let this come together for a couple minutes. And once a shaggy dough has come together, we're gonna go in with our butter, softened, of course. Boop. And now let this knead for probably about 6 to 10 minutes. Beautiful. And just like that, we've got ourselves a beautiful, supple dough ball. Really gotta let that knead for a long time until it looks nice and smooth like that. And whew, love the color. So into a grease bowl we go. Cover this in plastic wrap and let it rise for the next hour to hour and 1/2. Now that our meat is nice and cold, through the meat grinder we go. Going through the small die today for a nice, tighter texture. And we're just gonna go through once. Beautiful. As you can see, we've got a really nice fat content in there. Definitely not too much. Nice pebbly grind, which is great because we know nothing really smeared. But I am gonna mix this up just a little bit so it's not too crumbly and falling apart. But I'm not gonna over mix it like a sausage or something like that. But it's definitely not gonna be as overworked as the pre-ground beef you're gonna get at the grocery store. Especially for making smash burgers. Having a looser consistency like this is great. But now we're gonna weigh these out. And the plan was to make some 1/4 pound patties. But out of curiosity, I just Googled how much a burger patty actually weighs on the Big Mac, and it's 45 grams, which looks something like that. And I don't know about you, but that is a tiny little patty. Let's press one out just to see what it looks like. It's too small for the burger press. That's funny. So there you go. That's what you get at McDonald's. 2 of these little 1.7 ounces. So I don't know if we're gonna do that. So I'm probably gonna stick with the quarter-pound patties. I mean, it is called the Big Mac after all. And now that we got all of our balls weighed out, we've got ourselves Meatball Mountain. Gonna go ahead and press these out. Just got a simple burger press and some patty wax here, just to make them nice and consistent, uniform, and looking real pretty. Just like that. Beautiful. And just like that, all formed up. I'm gonna pop these in the fridge until we're ready to use them. All right, let's check in on this dough, and as you'll notice, it has puffed up a bit, but it's not quite doubled in size, and I'll let this go for probably an hour 45, maybe 2 hours, and that's upsetting because that means either I developed too much gluten and it's impeding the rise, or more likely my yeast is dead. So that's a bummer. But either way, I'm gonna still make some buns and see if they rise a second time, but I'll also have to likely go to the store and get some more yeast and make a second batch, which is annoying. So that's why you always gotta test your yeast, folks. So out it comes. Boop. Yeah, it's definitely got some puff to it, but hoping for more. Beautiful dough either way. But we're gonna weigh out some dough balls here for our buns, right around 90 grams, maybe 95. So once we've got all these weighed out, we're gonna go ahead and form this into a little ball, tucking all the seams to the bottom. A little bit sticky, might have to grab some flour here. This is just gonna give it a nice smooth top, then seam side down, give it the old table roll until we have a perfect little ball. Once all rolled out, I'm gonna throw some greased plastic wrap on these and let these rise for another 30, 45 minutes while I go make another batch. Next up, let's go ahead and make the world famous Big Mac sauce. Starting with some ketchup. I'm just kidding. According to the internet, there is no ketchup in the Big Mac sauce, and everyone gets really mad at you if you make it with ketchup, so we're gonna skip that today. So instead, we're gonna start out with some Duke's mayonnaise, followed by some yellow mustard, some sweet relish, splash of some white vinegar, some paprika, white pepper, granulated onion, and some granulated garlic. And just go ahead and get that all nice and mixed up. And just like that, our sauce is done. All right, after another hour of rising, these are looking pretty good. They actually puffed up quite a bit, and they're not nearly as big as I'd like them to be, but also it just took so much longer. Usually it takes like 30 minutes to get to this stage, but we're gonna cook them off either way. So first I'm gonna hit them with a bit of an egg wash here. Just 1 egg beaten with a little bit of water, help get that nice golden color and sheen. And then of course, we're gonna hit these with some sesame seeds. And now into a 350-degree oven these go for probably about 25-30 minutes. And just for the record, this is what your dough should look like. Fresh out of the oven, I hit these with a nice brushing of some melted butter, and it would appear that my concerns about this dough were not necessary because these look absolutely beautiful. But I'm gonna let these cool down on a wire rack for a bit. Ooh. All right, y'all, I think it's finally time to make a Big Mac. We've got 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, and of course, a sesame seed bun. So first things first, I've got some melted butter here, and we're gonna just brush these buns down, and the middle guy as well. Got the old Chud press fired up nice and hot, and we're just gonna get these toasted off. Ooh, looking very nice. Got this Chud press rocking right around 600 degrees, nice and hot. Hit it with a little spray fat, and on we go with our burgers. And give them a press. Really trying to build up a good crust on these. I pressed them down a bit so they got a little wider, because they're probably gonna shrink up. And I don't want them to be smaller than the bun, but I'm also gonna hit them with some salt at this point, and give them a flip. Ooh. That's what a crust should look like on a smash burger. Love it. Just gonna let them cook on this side for probably a minute or 2. Beautifully toasted bottom bun. Gonna go down with some of our Big Mac sauce. Ooh, yeah, don't be shy. Next up, some of our shredded lettuce. And then at McDonald's, they go down with cheese next, which I think is kind of weird, but all right. Then burger patty number 1. Ooh, what a fit. That's an aggressive sear. I like it. Next up, some of our onions. These are rehydrated onions, and I highly recommend this, especially for this burger, because that's what they do at McDonald's. Next up, middle bun, which I definitely made too thick, but it'll squish down. Hit that with some sauce, some more shreddis, and I'm pretty sure they only have 1 slice of cheese on the Big Mac, but I'm not here to do that, so we're gonna go on with another one, our second patty, some more onions, some pickles, sauce our top bun, and on it goes. Boop. And there we have it, folks. The Chuddy Big Mac. That is magnificent. I mean, I knew this was gonna be a little bit bigger than theirs because my buns are fluffier and I use more meat, but wow, that is truly a sight to behold. Let's dive in. Oh my goodness, just picking this thing up. It is hefty. Just look at that thing. Sauce oozing, cheesing, burgering. All right, let's go for it. I don't even know if I can eat this. Gotta squish it down a little bit. Oh, that's a lot. That is a damn good burger, if I do say so myself. I really should have weighed this because that is a lot, but the freshly baked bread, it's so buttery. The crust on that beef is just amazing. It's just got everything you need. That sauce is fantastic, very similar. Yup. You know, I never really understood the middle bun. It does look cool though. It's like half burger, half grilled cheese. That is phenomenal. It's surprisingly well balanced. Not too salty, not too sweet. Good amount of savoriness, obviously. And once you really start biting into it, it shrinks down to a still gigantic, but not nearly as ridiculous looking burger. That's good. I went to McDonald's the other day to get a Big Mac because I really never get them. I think I've only had a few in my life because they're just really bread heavy. And that's not my thing, especially now that I know there's only like 80 grams of beef on 3 buns. It's just not the same eating experience as a cheeseburger. And this one's pretty similar because there's even more bread, but there's also more beef on my version. But the difference is this is really good, freshly baked bread, still warm out of the oven. And it just adds a whole new experience to a cheeseburger. Oh, that was a good bite. This one's worth making, folks. One thing that's very interesting about this burger is that it's not eating nearly as heavy as you'd think. You know, it's the same amount of meat as an L&L burger, for example. Probably double the bread, but it's just not hitting nearly as hard. I think it's because the L&L burger is a half-pound thick patty, and it's cooked to medium rare, so it holds on to a lot more fat and juices, where these are hammered pretty hard. But then again, I'm only a few bites in, so I'll keep you posted. That is phenomenal. 2 bites later, yeah, I'm full. If y'all haven't ever tried to make a scratch-made burger as good as you possibly can before, I highly recommend it, you know? You don't have to go nearly to all these lengths that I do. If you make your own buns, it's really a plus because it's such a different experience than, you know, just getting fast food. But also just the quality of the freshly ground beef and everything is just so good. Should be done at least once. But before I eat the rest of this with my shirt off, I think it's time for the official taste test. Oh, that's too much. Mama's not here though. It is funny how gigantic this once was, and now it looks kind of like a normal cheeseburger. All right, y'all, that is it. That's how to make an absolutely incredible Big Mac from scratch. I highly recommend giving this one a try. You know, the Big Mac really is an experience all of its own. When you take it to this level, it truly is something special. But all that being said, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Let YouTube know by dropping a like on this video. If you give this recipe a try for yourself, be sure to tag me on Instagram at Chuds BBQ. I'd love to see what y'all are cooking. Big shout out to all the Patreon members. Thank you for supporting Team Chud and allowing me to keep making all these videos. And until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace!